chewy on some hot. Like I told Tisha, see when I.
Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to the Roast Session Central. I'm the Nigerian Nemesis, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my top 3 decks using the bats, starting with the Miner Bait deck. We have the Battle Ram in here, we have the Knight in here, and of course we have the Minion Horde and the Goblin Gang. So this deck is very good at baiting up the Zap and the Log spell, and that allows you to get your Battle Ram to the tower, get your Miner to the tower to help you distract, and overall it's just a very solid deck. So hopping into this first battle here, up against this guy from No Clan, let's see what we can do. I think that just means he has no clan. I don't know why I'm saying from no clan, but now we have our Battle Ram down. We're going to go here on the right side. Since he does have that Night Witch, Battle Ram's coming in hot. We've got our Zap ready for anything he decides to play. He does have that Goblin Gang, but we are going to leave that alone just because it won't be very much worth it. So we're going to start with a Goblin Gang here in the center. That should be able to split up and go for the Night Witch and clean up his Goblin Gang, but that Log is going to take us out there. So we will be forced to play our Knight here on the left-hand side. Knight did his best there. He's going to distract the bats for a little bit. And now let's apply some more pressure by sending in the Miner and some bats. And let's see what kind of spells he has in his deck. That might be a lot of tower damage. It would have been if he didn't zap there. So very good zap. And now we have to deal with a P.E.K.K.A. The P.E.K.K.A. is very strong here. But we do have the Minion Horde. And I don't think he has a set of arrows in this deck. There is no way. Look at this Minion Horde value. We're going to absolutely clean up his P.E.K.K.A. and take down his Night Witch. So now we can apply even more pressure by going with a Battle Ram. And let's just go all the way in. We're going to go with a Miner to the back. The Miner is going to do so much work here. Battle Ram is even going to get a connection off to the tower. He's going to log there, but that log is in vain. There is no chance he decides to defend this tower. That tower, he's even going to zap as well, but that tower is absolutely gone. So just like that, we are up 1-0 here in this battle. So as you can see, the cycling ability of this deck is ridiculous. He had to use so many spells. He even has 3 spells: Tornado, Zap, and Log. So this is the toughest deck you can play with a deck like this. And we were able to take the first tower. He even has the Executioner. So every single type of counter you would think this deck would have, this guy has it right here. Obviously, that doesn't justify that this deck will always beat the deck that you're playing against. It just all depends, but we are doing really well here. He's going to play the P.E.K.K.A. in the front of the Executioner, so that's going to be pretty tough to deal with. Let's go Battle Ram Minion Horde. That should be able to clean up the Executioner. Minion Horde is going to get shut down here. Actually, I forgot that once the Battle Ram pops, the Minion Hordes will be targeted because they are the ones closest to the Executioner. Other than that, we have this Night Witch to deal with now. Night Witch should be able to fall here. He's sending in that Log. Log's going to clean all of that up. And now we will zap his bats coming from that Minion Horde. And 40 seconds left in this battle. That's all we have to defend for here. He's going with a P.E.K.K.A. Let's quickly drop the Minion Horde before his Executioner comes into rotation. There's the Executioner, but we will have done a lot of damage to that P.E.K.K.A. The Knight will distract for even longer. Let's play some bats here on the left. Battle Ram going down to distract the Night Witch and the Executioner, and that should be a solid defensive stop there. Barbarian's doing work for us now. That Log would have taken out our Goblin Gang, but we're going to play it over here to the right side, so he tried to predict the Log. Didn't work on us there. We've got our Minion Horde once again, so there is no way we will get stopped here. The only way that we would get absolutely shredded by this deck maybe is if he didn't have the Tornado and he had arrows instead. So definitely arrows is a good thing to have against this deck because we have the Minion Horde, and the Minion Horde is so good on defense if you can't take it out immediately. So that's going to be the first W of the day with that deck. So that deck's very good. Moving on to my second deck. This is in order of decks least to favorite, but this deck right here is the Lava Hound Double Dragon deck with the bats, the Skarmy, and the Goblin Gang. So this deck is very strong. As you can see here, the Inferno Tower is used on defense. The Inferno Tower is also zap bait because obviously you don't want to let the thing heat up and lock onto your tower. So if you can bait out their zap with the bats or bait it out with the Skarmy or the Goblin Gang, you can then send in the Inferno Dragon behind the Lava Hound and wreak some havoc on their towers. So up against this guy here, he's got the Battle Ram coming in hot. Let's go bats. Hopefully he doesn't have zap in the opening hand. He does, so that's going to take down our bats, and now we're forced to play our Baby Dragon on top of his Barbarians and forced to play a Lava Hound because after I take some serious damage like that, I have to go back on offense and get some of it back. Now we have this decent push going at him. He pumped up, but since he did just use that zap, we're sending in this Skarmy beneath the Lava Hound. So that's the reason why Zap Bait is so good. He's forced to respond there with that Minion Horde. The Baby Dragon helped to take out some of the Horde, but for some reason it didn't take out the other half. Let's arrow it down so our Baby Dragon and Pups have some time to attack onto this tower. And that's going to be the first tower of the battle. He's throwing me the crying face. We did a really good job there, sending in the Skarmy underneath the Lava Hound. So I wonder what kind of deck he's running. 3 Musketeers, Of course, this deck is everywhere right now, so this is a very powerful Three Musketeer deck. Once again, we are playing a deck that counters our deck very well. The Lava Hound is very weak against the Three Musketeers, so let's see what we can do here in this battle. If we can manage to beat this deck, then this deck is definitely very strong. He's probably going to pump up here in just a second, but now we have a healthy Baby Dragon and some bats following it. That should be able to take out the Knight relatively quickly and get onto this tower and give us a little bit of damage. Let's see if he zaps. He must have it back in rotation. No zap coming from his end of the map. He didn't really need it since the King Tower is activated, of course. So let's start with this Lava Hound on the right side. Both of our towers are down extremely low, so we're going to have to keep playing offense, though. The good thing with this deck, or not with this deck, but with the deck that we are playing against, is that they don't have any heavy spells. If this is a traditional Three Musketeer deck, they only have zap or maybe a log. So let's go Skarmy here on the two Musketeers. Hopefully that takes it out. We will play the Goblin Gang next to help finish it off, and hopefully they can get some hits onto that lone Musketeer on the left-hand side. And we're just going to keep playing everything in their base because offense is the best defense. If you guys didn't know, you don't always want to sit back because you can't always defend really nicely. There goes the Minion Horde. That's a very good counter to our Infernal Dragon. I'm only going to zap here. That's all I will really need. He's going to heal up, so very good heal spell. Let's arrow this down real quick. That was a very close call. He has the heal in his deck as well. Now he's sending in the Battle Ram. The Skarmy should be able to wipe that up pretty quickly. Skarmy's going to take it out. He didn't have his zap prepared for us there. So now we have to start with this push on the left-hand side. Very well played from him once again, sending two Musketeers to the left-hand side. We are going to have to focus here on defense. He's going Knight now, and he's going to play probably the Battle Ram coming in here. So we're going to go Bats, drop our Goblin Gang. He has that Horde, so we're going to Fireball, arrow that. That should take down the Musketeers as well, and he cannot get to our tower. He has our tower down of 141. Other tower is down to 384, so which side is he going to push for? He's going Battle Ram here on this side. Very good push. We've got this zap. Last second zap. That's going to keep him from getting to our tower, and we will secure the W up against another counter deck. So these decks are doing a great job. Let's move on to the third and final deck that I have to show you guys using the bats. And that deck right here is very, very strong. This deck, Golem, wait, this is not the right deck. I saved it in the wrong deck slot. Deck slot number 5, Golem Night Witch Bats deck. As you can imagine, I probably don't even have to tell you guys much about this deck, but the Golem Beatdown deck is so strong. You've got Zap Bait with your Night Witch and the bats. Having both of them in the same deck is really good because when the bats start to accumulate from the Night Witch, people decide to zap her, and then you drop in some more bats, and that's just so hard to deal with. This deck is quite heavy though, 4.5 elixir, not much to worry about because you play it like a regular deck without the Golem. Don't touch the Golem unless you have a reason to. You play the pump, you defend with the Baby Dragon, you defend with the Night Witch, and the bats, and the Minion, Mega Minion, and then you do a really good job of counter-attacking, getting your Golem ready for double elixir time. So let's focus on this battle up against Mr. Sir. He's going to lightning only our pump, so very interesting. He's going to say, oops. Let's show him how it's done with our own lightning. That's going to go to the pump and get his tower. So we are looking pretty good there, already getting some early tower damage. Since he does have a pump, I guess it could be another Three Musketeers deck, which I wouldn't really be worried about with a Golem deck. But let's see here. It also could be a Golem deck. He has a Night Witch, so I'm thinking Golem deck or that Three Musketeers Bandit deck. We've got our Golem going down in the back now, and he's got a Golem of his own, so very well played. He's going to play his Golem out in front. That's how you guys want to do it. As you will see here, we will definitely lose this exchange. You want your Golem to cross the bridge first so that the supporting cards can start putting in some work on the Golem. Look at how fast our Golem's going to fall. I'm going to try and cheese him here with the Night Witch, try and take out his Night Witch, and hopefully take out his Mega Minion. Meanwhile, we've got a healthy Golem on our tower, so this is going to be really, really bad for us. Let's see what happens here. That Night Witch is doing a good job. We're going to play our Mega Minion here to distract the Baby Dragon a little bit longer, and hopefully we can create some sort of a counterattack. Very good arrows, and his Baby Dragon is going to do some work. So we got destroyed there in the first battle, in the first exchange anyways. And he's dropping another Night Witch. Very interesting play. I don't think that was the best play, but now we are going to pump up here in the back right. Since he did play that, he is down in elixir. Let's see if he decides to match our pump. If he does not, we can push super hard, but even if he does, we will push super hard anyways and take his tower. So let's see what he decides to play with. We've got our Golem in hand, Baby Dragon, and Lightning, of course. I'm not saying a pump. He's actually going to go Golem. So very, very gutsy move on his part as we have a pump and he does not. Let's see how this one plays out. I think we are going to do really well. I'm feeling really good about this right now. We've got our Baby Dragon going down, Night Witch going down. This time it's going to be a fair exchange for us since his Golem and our Golem will meet at the bridge at the same time. Of course, he has Lightning, but we've got all 4 of our troops here. He's going to Lightning, and that should hit our Golem. He let it walk by, so very good, very well played. But now we have all these bats, and enough elixir to send in another golem at the bridge. Our other golem hasn't even died yet. Let's support it with the baby dragon once again. Elixir still flowing in from that pump, so we're going to send our Night Witch in. We've got our Mega Minion ready to go as well. Mega Minion is going down. We've got lightning in hand. We've got bats. Let's just go bats since everything is dead. And look at all the damage we're doing to that tower. Just like that, we are definitely taking that tower. And let's keep applying offensive pressure. No need to play defense. Golem going down here in the center. That'll distract the rest of his troops. And there is no way he is quick rushing to our tower. With the Golem deck, it is a slow push. He's playing Baby Dragon, so that's the fastest he can get to our tower. Let's go Night Witch here, just to make sure the Baby Dragon doesn't get any damage off, and help him out with the lightning. That lightning's coming in, but that's going to be 151 HP left on our tower. So these are the 3 very good decks, in case you guys want to try using the bats, if you have unlocked it from the bats challenge. If not, when you get the bats in a couple of weeks, definitely give these decks a try. They are my favorite. So if you guys did enjoy the video, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button as well for some more future daily Clash Royale content. And I hope you guys go on and enjoy the rest of your day. Peace!